With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. $100,000 kicked back to the county, a revisit of the birthday ordinance, and crosswalks and war zones. The Barron County Fiscal Court gave a round of applause to jailer Tracy Bellamy after he announced that the detention center would be giving $100,000 back to the county's general fund.
Since I've been here, the jail is able to repay the general fund $100,000 for monies that were loaned earlier in the year. That transfer is going through today.
Y'all hear that? Okay.
The first time this had been done in recent years, Bellamy said.
It feels real good. It's a very nice compliment to what we are doing. Dealing with politics daily and running the jail, I think handling it very well. And that's our object, is we're going to run a good jail, we're going to run a tight budget, and we're going to proceed regardless of the political agendas that's being put on the table. And that's all we can do. You know, we're going to save our taxpayers as much as we can.
The detention center has been paying the cost of its own day-to-day operations for several years. With the construction of the new facility around 6 years ago, many thought it would be an undue financial burden on the county. Bellamy said that along with cutting costs and watching expenses, they've also been able to expand programs for inmates while still saving money. Partnerships with other counties as well as state agencies have also allowed the detention center to increase its revenue. For the second meeting in a row, the fiscal court spent a majority of the time discussing the issue of whether or not to give county employees their birthdays off each year as a paid holiday. Haywood resident Mike Anderson was the only person to address the court during the required public hearing, saying he felt it would be unprecedented and problematic.
Against that proposal, I think it's unnecessary and problematic and probably unprecedented.
Some magistrates felt the wording of the ordinance should be changed and used personal day as opposed to birthday. Here's Magistrate Charles Allen.
Should be a personal day. I'm a retired school teacher and we had personal days. And we had 3, but you could take them anytime you wanted. With exception if there was a large percentage getting off, they could say no.
Magistrate Carl Dickerson spoke against the measure and said he felt the county employees were making the same as the average Barron County resident, $28,000. While some employees may be making that amount, County Clerk Joanne London told the court they certainly don't start off at that. The court again took up the issue of any scheduling challenges the measure could pose on department heads. As he did in the last month's meeting, Sheriff Kent Keene spoke up and said that any scheduling specifics would be best left to the department heads. With discussions circling around to the same points, Judge Hale spoke up and the court did finally pass the ordinance. Voting against it were Magistrates John Benningfield, Carl Dickerson, and Jack London. Those voting in favor were Magistrates Trent Riddle, Gary Gillen, Charles Allen, and Billy Houchin. Could downtown Glasgow see a skywalk between the government center and the courthouse? Charles Hogan thinks so. High traffic volume as well as distracted drivers are a safety issue to Hogan, who stood behind his comparison of the crosswalk to that of a war zone.
Anything that'll harm you could actually be called a war zone.
The court said they would look into it. In other business, the court approved a speed limit reduction from 55 to 35 on Flowers Road, approved the purchase of a new dump truck, and approved the first reading of an ordinance prohibiting the rehiring of an elected official until their original term had wrapped. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs.